The Kahnawake Sovereign Wealth Fund was invited to close the markets by the TMX Group on January 31st in Toronto. The market close is an opportunity to showcase the fund and acknowledge the achievements of Kahnawake by creating such an innovative investment in our future. The Sovereign Wealth Fund is investing assets originally derived from the sale of Continent 8. It's aimed at the improvement of Kahnawake's financial future, and it's designed to generate wealth, reduce financial risk, and put the community on a path of self-reliance. The $32 million fund will invest approximately 80% in public securities, with the remaining being devoted to other areas like community ventures or businesses. We spoke to some of the attendees, including Kim Barrington, Head of Investor Experience at TMX Group.
It's always been an aspiration that our markets are more inclusive. And our markets represent the biggest industries in Canada too, which are largely resources and exploration. And there is a history there around land and land management. And so it became very evident that to be truly inclusive meant we need to build a different relationship with the original peoples of Canada. And that started our path of education. 2 years ago, we marked this new space with a piece of art from a beautiful artist from Michigan First Nation. And she did a wonderful job of representing what trading history looks like for capital markets as well as Indigenous people. And I think that became a symbol of what we were starting, the charting of the new journey and the new path to building our markets to be more inclusive of Indigenous businesses, acknowledging First Nations economic development corporations, and building more access to capital for Indigenous businesses.
For those in the community that don't know, that we launched the Kahnawake Sovereign Wealth Fund because what we want to do is ensure, that we're setting a nest egg aside for future generations. And it takes money to grow money and to make your money work for you. So, we have a group together that is going to be working and finding opportunities for investments.
We have a very long-term time horizon when it comes to investing our capital. We're looking at a minimum, not touching the Sovereign Wealth Fund for at least 10 years, letting that capital base grow over time, letting it compound. And ultimately, one day the community can be 100% financially independent.
We're looking for great opportunities like the one we've done with Hydro-Quebec and Kruger within the renewable energy space. I think these are great projects that align with our values and bring significant revenues back to our community that will allow us to continue to grow the fund and continue to allow it to prosper into the future.
We're acknowledging the things that matter the most, and this is progressive, and this is forward-thinking, and this is worthy of celebrating.
I think being here today is a huge and tremendous achievement for not only Kahnawake and the team, but as well as the community of Kahnawake.
We had to basically start from the ground up. We established a unit. We established business operations, investment activities. We had to develop a brand new investment and revenue committee to go with that, as well as establish our bylaws, investment policy, have everything approved by council. So you can imagine the amount of time that it took to develop this, but we're finally here today. We officially launched the Kahnawake Sovereign Wealth Fund this past summer. And this was an amazing experience to celebrate with the Toronto Stock Exchange.
Thinking about future generations and protecting future generations, and that's exactly what this fund is meant to do. And I think being here to celebrate that and recognize that is huge and monumental for the entire team.
Alex Beaupre and Brandon Morris, Bear Lazar, all of these young people who are heading this amazing direction that we're going now for our community. And, we know that it's going to generate long-term revenues for the community. But again, we want to ensure that we wait about 10 years to let it grow, and then we'll have so much.
First Nation communities across Canada play a crucial role in the economic development strategy. In terms of all sectors of business. There's such an opportunity here to partner and work with First Nations, to learn from us and learn from our history and learn from our knowledge that you can incorporate into your project. And it's a great opportunity for ourselves as well to get involved in these types of projects and invest alongside private partners in different types of projects. So, those are the kind of opportunities we're looking for, where we create open lines of communications and we're able to share. And I think at the end of the day, that's what's really important for us, to learn and to share our knowledge.